We have to talk about the Land-Dweller now. They had the rose gold with diamond bezel, stainless steel, and then they had the platinum.
There's a few Cartier that I really like. The Cartier Santos Small. It's a quartz movement, steel, gold, or steel and gold.
Yeah.
So
Cheers.
to that.
Cheers. I accidentally drank before
Oh,
we
yeah.
finished the cheers, but. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Wrist Enthusiast Radio, and this is a special
big
episode. Big one. Say hi to Ben, Derek.
What's up, brother?
Where are we, Ben? Where are we right now?
We are in the UN booth, and it's really cool. If you,
Wait, but where? In Geneva.
We're in Geneva. You're right.
Watches
you're
and
right,
Wonders.
right.
Almost done.
My brain's fried. I don't know about you
Yes.
guys.
Dude,
Yes.
I am like, this is like the first time I sat down all day. So
Yeah.
I feel great. Actually,
Oh.
sorry, he hasn't sat down all
Yeah.
day.
This is your first time?
we have one of my writers, Angus, here. Shout out to Angus, who's helped me all week.
He is killing it.
He's
running
killing it.
Yeah, I
He-
keep
we
seeing
had
it.
another interview for Wrist Enthusiast right before, and Angus stood the whole entire time and didn't complain once. So thank you, Angus, and thank you
Who
for
are
all
you
your
interviewing?
help.
Is that a secret?
It's Kevin O'Leary. So,
Oh yeah, there you go. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of a big
kind
deal.
of a big
We're
deal.
getting him on the podcast next. But where are we? Inside Watches and Wonders.
So we're inside Watches Wonders. This is my first one. I know you guys. You've done
My
one
second.
before. This is your second, and you've done
I'm a veteran.
You're a veteran.
You went to
I've been here
Basel,
since
right?
almost 10 years. I've been since 2016.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, this is it's cool. So we're inside the UN booth, and I'd never been inside a booth at all. But what's cool is they created this pretty much soundproof room. I don't know how much you guys can
You
hear.
might get a little bit of
I mean,
bass
but
coming through.
Essentially, there's a party starting. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty much starting like almost now.
So for those that don't know, some
Yeah.
of these booths are crazy. And Derek's doing some content shooting right now. Some
Yeah.
of these booths are really crazy, and like UN's pretty crazy, and they're big. They're like full, almost boutiques within
Oh, yeah.
Expo, which is the where Watches and Wonders is held, and they spend millions of dollars building them out, and they have bars and all of they show all the novelties, and there's a bar right over there. You can't really see it, but there's a cocktail hour
And
starting
most of them,
right
it's like
behind us.
you can get cocktails, coffee, and like
Food sometimes.
Some people are drinking all day. I don't know about you guys. I have not
No.
been drinking.
No, but we have a drink here.
At
We do have a
IWC,
drink
they gave me some drinks, so I've been feeling good all day.
Oh,
It's
we
my
love
last
it.
day.
Already
I'm actually
slurring
leaving
your word.
tomorrow.
No.
Oh, you're leaving
Okay.
tomorrow.
No, I'm leaving tomorrow. I can't believe it's already been 4 days. It feels like it's been 2 weeks here
Yeah.
because all day you're just running around, appointment to appointment. You see tons of awesome watches. Somehow we're not tired of watches. We still
Yeah.
love it that we're coming here to sit down and record our
We're literally
Watches and
still
Wonders
here.
podcast episode.
Yeah,
And we're gonna try and get this up as soon as possible. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
it's not too old news by the
Right.
time this goes live.
But anyway, one thing before we go, the UN booth is so cool. And I don't just say that because we're here and like, oh, we want to like thank them. There's like a punching bag, so you can
Yeah,
essentially
I'm
see
looking at
how
that.
hard you can punch and compare it to like Mike Tyson, which is pretty crazy. And then they have a bunch of watches. They have something where you can weigh your watch and then weigh it against the new Diver One Air, which I'm wearing, which we can get to. It's cool.
Derek is wearing it too. So I guess
Oh, you're wearing it too? Duh, I'm just thinking.
I'm wearing two watches.
yeah.
One from the show, not from.
Should you do a wrist
UN.
check?
Let's do a wrist check.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
You.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first watch I'm wearing, which is not a UN, is a new novelty from the fair. It's the Jaeger-LeCoultre Tribute Geographic in stainless steel with this blue sunray dial. And it has the big date complication. And it also has on the backside the 24 time zones, which you set by clicking at the side or the top. Just explain.
It's
at the top.
Is that enameling on the back? Do you guys know?
It's all enameled individually. Like I think it's like
so
150 pieces enameled in here. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite pieces of Watches and Wonders. So I'll pass
Would you
that
like
around.
that or the pink gold one? From
I mean,
JLC?
that's for every day. I mean, I love the Tribute Chronograph, which has
Right,
like
yeah.
a kind of a lighter blue sunray dial. But the pink gold one's really nice
Yeah,
too.
it's sick.
It's hard to go wrong.
I would
And-
choose the steel. I like the blue dial. It's really, this Tribute blue dial is really striking, has that sunray effect on it. The double date at top is nice. And then, yeah, this geographic complication is nice. Oh, I see you just set it by punching
Yeah,
the
that's
back.
the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it like individually goes through the different time zone. It's really cool, and I like that it's a world time, but you can hide the world time and just have like a classic JLC on the front side, and they did some other really cool stuff that I like during some of their really high-end pieces, like the gyro tourbillon reverso, the new one. I think it's the fastest turning gyro tourbillon ever made, or that JLC ever made, and they also did that minute repeater skeleton, which is crazy as well. And then on my other wrist, I actually reviewed the navy blue version of this, but the Freak one Ops. I love the Freak. It's such a cool watch. Have you ever reviewed one?
I haven't reviewed it, but I saw the one you brought on the pod last time.
Yeah. So it's really cool too. So I had to rock a UN if I'm gonna be in the UN booth, and since you guys were both wearing.
So what do you like better, the Freak one? That's the Freak one X or the Freak
or the Navy? That's a Freak one. That's a Freak one Ops. So I think it's just the
Freak
color.
one. Yeah, I forget. There's one with it's slightly slimmer that I prefer, but this one's more complicated because I think you're getting the double. Yeah.
It is so cool.
They're so cool. The way that you kind of set the time and also wind it and all those, I just think are very, very cool. So
yeah,
Nice.
Well,
okay.
Derek and I are wearing the same watch, different straps.
I am wearing the Ulysse Nardin Diver 1 Air. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh wow.
Very
yeah,
right.
it's my first time seeing it.
Yeah.
And I
Diver
just
1
happen
Air.
to have it on my wrist. At
Diver.
UN.
No. We're thinking.
We were thinking about getting Diver 1.
It's Diver Air.
That's what
Diver
I thought. I was
Air.
like Diver 1. I was like
Air. Diver Air. Yeah.
Diver Air. Okay, so I'm wearing this. Mine is really cool. It's skeletonized. It has black ceramic on it with titanium. It has like a carbon kind of bezel on top.
Yep.
And then it's cool because you can see all the gears with the escapement moving. Really big numerals, easy to read. I guess as a diver, this is going to be really functional. It just wears so perfect, with a suit. So I just had to wear it. But I actually have another watch with me too.
Oh, there you go. There's something about the dichotomy of wearing a suit.
Yeah.
And you have something.
I don't know about that.
I love it.
I think it's the lightest. I think it's the lightest diver
ever. Yeah.
Ever made?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like 50 grams, right?
Oh.
51?
52 grams.
52 grams.
My other watch, right before Watches and Wonders, I got the call from this brand called Audemars Piguet, which I'm sure a lot of our listeners are heard of.
What is that?
Maybe have you heard of them? But this is the Royal Oak 37 millimeter.
You've been talking about this.
15550 blue dial.
Yeah, we're supposed to cheers.
I was just ready to start drinking champagne.
We're gonna after.
All right.
Hold on. Okay, in the middle of it. So cheers to almost
the
being
most
done.
chaotic podcast.
Yeah.
We need to start the podcast 20 minutes into the recording.
This is the best part. This is what makes it fun.
All right.
So you got the 37.
So he teased
You're wearing this all week.
And he teased us that he's wearing a watch of a brand that's not even exhibiting all week at Watches and Wonders.
That's what makes it good, though.
Is that so none of the brands feel like you're
choosing a side?
No,
not really. It's just because it's my watch and I want to wear it. Damn it.
And this is the place to wear it. You don't have to worry.
Yeah.
Well, I figure with all the brands exhibiting, they don't really care what's on my wrist. They care to show me what's new.
Yeah.
So most of the time when I go to meetings, I'm putting this watch away anyways. I'm not really wearing it in the meetings because I have to try on stuff. But yeah, this is the watch I've been waiting for. I waited about 2 years actually on a wait list, but I did have some qualifying purchases that I made on my history with the brand to lead me to here. And apparently Blue Dial, Royal Oaks are, they don't offer them as as a first purchase. You have to have some history before you get a Blue Dial anything. So yeah, I was really happy, and it's been an awesome watch to wear throughout this entire fair. And
we're all jealous of you.
Oh no!
Now I need a Royal Oak. You guys both have Royal Oak.
But he has the Blue Dial, so
Yeah.
And Ben, what's on your wrist?
Also wearing the Diver Air, not the Diver 1 Air, Diver Air. It's cool. It's the lightest diver ever, I know. It's got the shock resistance to 5,000 Gs. But I think what's shocking about this one is it's so, you can see right through it.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's very UN. The strap is awesome. Mm-hmm. It reminds me a lot of that strap from Deluxe.
Oh yeah, the one that I have on my colloquium.
Reminds me a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot like the Delcro. Shout out to Ken from Deluxe. He was just wandering into the booth.
Was literally just here before we started recording. Yeah.
Maybe you'll see him in the background if you see Derek Stubble.
Apparently
it's funny when you actually see us together, and then you're like, oh wow, And then you're like, oh, I could see they don't look alike, but I could also see why people would get confused.
But didn't somebody say that somebody stopped Ken or you and thought they were Ken?
He texted us that in the group chat.
Do you think he was making a joke?
No, someone else stopped me and was like, "Hey, Ken," as a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like someone I know. Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that from
Yeah,
now on.
I thought it was funny. I'm like,
Hey,
all right.
Ken. Hey, Derek.
But all right, let's just dive straight into
Okay.
Watches and Wonders. So the first thing I'm gonna bring up as a topic, obviously we're gonna talk about our favorite watches, but first let's just talk about like some big moments that happened while we're at the show.
Okay.
So we've talked about what it's like at the show, what it is. Let's talk about some big moments. I'll start first.
Okay.
The big moment I want to mention first is Rolex released on April 1st. And then the big moment that I also thought there was that Teddy's channel was the first one to unveil the new Rolex Land-Dweller.
run.
Yes.
Hold on.
Hodinkee normally gets that. And now Teddy gets it, which is kind of, and I think you're the first one to say this, Derek, which I didn't even think about this. So thank you for kind of thinking of this, that it's like kind of a big moment for creators that are not from like a traditional like media background. It's funny how much things have changed, because 10 years ago, a blog or a website like Hodinkee was the non-traditional media, and now they've kind of become the legacy traditional media. And now a channel like Teddy, who started as a YouTuber, like a single person YouTuber, is the non-traditional media. But it gives kind of creators that hope that, you know, you can get access like that as well.
It's funny, there's been a lot of pushback's the wrong term, but I was so excited because I was with him right after he shot it, and he didn't, like, it was my first time meeting him, which was very cool for me, but like he didn't mention it at all. Like, strict embargo. I'm with the whole team. I was like, what are you guys doing before this? They were like, oh, we were just shooting videos. And little do I know they were filming it. But it was so cool because like he deserves it so much.
Yeah.
I think we would all agree about that. And like the nicest, like couldn't be more humble.
Well, he has a big team this year, and I saw him when he was leaving one day, and I've known him for a couple of years. Derek, you have too. Ben,
First time
meeting him. But he's super humble, really nice guy. But in the past, even up until like last year, it was mostly just him. And he may have some videographers and whatnot, people helping him, but it wasn't like a big team. And now he has a big team, and so I was like, is it a lot less stressful? And he was like, yeah, like a bit this year, but still working hard. And apparently he said he has to bring the huge package of all of the equipment home with him.
Oh my
on
God.
the flight.
It's
So
crazy.
That's a lot.
So congratulations, Teddy. On
That and it is big.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And
I think some people were not happy about it. I don't think just like,
about him getting.
yeah, that's why I was here. I'm not obviously going to say
Yeah.
who I was
Yeah,
here
of course.
But
Yeah, but everyone kind of wishes they had the access.
Yeah,
That's pretty
totally.
much what it
Yeah.
came down to.
everybody here would want that.
Yeah,
But I agree with Ben. I was like just so happy. I was like,
Totally.
like this is so awesome.
Yeah.
Like no one expected it. When I interviewed him yesterday, when Ben helped us shoot that, I was like asking him, and he was like, oh, I assumed everyone else got the same access. I was just there filming it, and I thought other people were seeing it throughout the week as well, and like. So that was just like, it was cool to hear his perspective, and like, oh yeah, it was very normal, and like he didn't expect anything out of it too. But I guess he didn't also understand the impact it had, like how people perceived it.
Yeah.
Right.
But like the people's champion,
Totally.
Yeah.
But
I guess we have to talk about the Land-Dweller now.
I guess the Land-Dweller.
So am I the
You
only
got
one?
hands-on.
Am I the only one that got hands-on with it?
I did not.
I think so. I haven't seen it.
So I
Definitely
didn't have a Rolex meeting last year, but I had a Rolex meeting this year, and I got to go hands-on. Angus as well. Angus as well went hands-on. And they were really nice. Yeah. This is Angus's first. He's a young, 20, 21?
Look at
Which
that.
one?
Serious shit.
21. He's a young
Serious shit.
21, and he's going hands-on. One of the first people to ever touch a Rolex Land-Dweller.
Yep.
But I know that some people there's been mixed opinions about it. I really like it.
You like it?
I think
really like it?
I really like it.
Oh,
I think it fits. I think it fits really well. Some people say the dial may be a little busy.
There's different sizes. Which one did you like personally?
I don't know. Like even the 40 wears, on the smaller side. I think more similar to an Ingenieur than a Royal Oak, because the Royal Oak wears bigger. It's more angular and angled down. But the 36 is really nice too. I only saw the 36 in the gold, rose gold with diamond bezel. So they had the rose gold with diamond bezel. They had the stainless steel in 40, and then they had in 40 the platinum as well.
Platinum with like the blue dial.
Yeah, the blue,
Yeah.
like the ice blue that they only do in platinum. So
Yeah.
I actually really like them. I also think the Tiger Iron GMT is sick.
Yeah, I want to see that so
It's
bad.
apparently 4 different stones that all like occur naturally next to each other that they cut into that. So it's not just one stone. That's insane. But what do you guys think about the
Well, I just want
Land-Dweller?
to say, Craig, your prediction on like months ago that the Pepsi GMT was going to get discontinued has again not been discontinued.
I'm gonna keep on doing
So-
it until
You're
it
right.
happes.
We're gonna just
Right,
keep, gonna
yeah.
keep mentioning it every,
Every
year.
year.
And then
That's
one
my-
day you're right, and then he's never gonna
I'm gonna take
stop.
a victory lap.
told you.
I know.
Like, told you it's happening.
I've been saying this for 10
The
years
Coke is
now.
coming and a Pepsi
We're like,
thing
yeah,
discontinued.
no, duh. It's gonna be
I'm pretty
discontinued
sure-
at this point.
I think it was you that predicted that there was going to be stone dials in GMTs. Didn't you do that?
That's so specific. I don't know.
I don't know. I said that
You said
stone
something
dials
like
were
that.
a trend. I don't know if a stone dial GMT maybe.
You're like, I could see Rolex. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, I think I did say that.
Yeah,
I think it was
that's what I'm
off the
saying.
cuff though. I
Yeah,
don't
off the
think-
cuff. It wasn't like
It
that's
wasn't
my
like I
prediction.
had really thought about it.
I will say though, the stone dials I have seen, even though I said I don't like stone dials and I'm done with them, they've been nice.
Yeah. You got to do it right if you're going to do a stone dial now because everyone's done a stone dial. So,
The Moser ones were a lot. I don't know if
Yeah.
yeah.
So why don't we talk about some of our favorite pieces of the entire show?
Wanna go first?
You can start anywhere. Yeah, I'll start first. I'm gonna start with Cartier. There's a few Cartier that I really like. The Cartier Santos Small I'll mention first because I feel like that's a size that was missing in the category. And I already have so many people asking me about when is it coming out? What's the pricing? Is it automatic or is it quartz? It's a quartz movement. It comes in 3 metals, obviously steel, gold, or steel and gold. Cartier doesn't say two-tone, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this. They don't say two-tone because tone, it kind of sounds like PVD coating. But because they only use solid gold, they always say gold and steel. So you're not supposed to say two-tone with Cartier.
That's so Cartier.
It's a very specific lingo. But you look at their website, that's how they always word it. So that's how I follow it too. But the small ones are quartz. There's no easy link on these ones just because they wanted to keep the proportions of the bracelet. But there is the quick switch, so you can still swap out for straps. So I think that's a great new launch. It's going to be, a lot of people I know back home are going to be happy. I'll also mention the Cartier Tank Louis with the sunray dial, yellow gold, with the just clean dial.
Do you like that more than the platinum?
I typically like platinum and like cold kind of metal colors, but I've been wanting a yellow gold watch, and I think this might be a good contender for myself just because it's all yellow. But then the other yellow gold watch is the Cartier Santos Dumont Skeleton. I think you guys saw my
Sick.
photo.
oh yeah.
It looks
yeah,
so
yeah.
nice, like, and no one's talking about it because
Yeah.
everyone's talking about the Tank Aguiche,
Yeah.
you know, the jumping hour. But
Jump
personally,
hour
for
is a
me,
huge thing this
yeah,
year. Everyone's releasing a jump hour. Bremont has a jump hour.
Nico Leonard,
Nico
Maine.
Leonard
Nico
has
Leonard.
a jump hour. Yeah.
I just feel like jump hour to me, I just feel a little indifferent, at least
Yeah.
right now. It just like doesn't call to me because I feel like you're just getting so much case and so little dial, you
Yep.
know? So it's just like not something I'm naturally drawn to. But the skeleton yellow gold Santos Dumont was something that was like, damn, that's sick.
The other one,
Yeah.
what was the other one that was really good for them? Same like Dumont skeleton, but
Oh, with the black lacquer?
yeah,
Steel with black
that
lacquer.
one was good.
Yeah.
I
That
love
one's
that one.
it's another sleeper one. Like people haven't been talking about it, but it's like it's been announced too.
It's so great. I love how when they do the Dumont skeletons, they put the airplane.
Yeah.
So
The
Yeah.
airplane is a
Sick.
micro rotor. So sick.
Yeah. What about you guys? What have been some highlights for you guys?
So I've been having trouble like kind of picking my favorites. I actually really like the Land-Dweller as one of my favorites. I also really like the Diver Air.
Yeah.
Because I just think that like Ulysse Nardin has become so well known for the Freak and the Freak One and the Freak X that like them coming out with something completely different is that can kind of stand toe to toe and be like as iconic in their catalog is pretty cool, and I didn't expect it. And then a couple other brands that I like, obviously what IWC is doing with the Ingenieur, sizing them down 35. I also would like a 38 at one point, but also the ceramic in 42 is cool.
I thought IWC was the brand of the show.
Yeah,
That was my
and
take.
also the Perpetual calendar in 41, 40?
Yeah,
The
41.
41.
It's actually, I thought it was going to be larger,
Yeah.
but 41, it wears really good on
Yeah.
the wrist.
They told me a fun fact about that.
Yeah, let's
They
hear
told
it.
me what's his name? Nico?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is his name.
Yeah.
They took the second hand off and it shaved off 0.6 millimeters.
Wow.
And that's how they were able to get so thin. So there's no second hand,
Yeah.
even though obviously it's running. but
I
it's
like
crazy.
that there's no seconds hand because I feel like there's already so much to look at the dial.
You don't.
And a lot of even AP's Perpetual calendar has no seconds hand. I think it looks way cleaner that way.
Yeah.
With that.
And that tourbillon, the shock absorber tourbillon.
I thought it was
is-
cool. That's up
is
my alley right now.
It's I mean, you with the Norcane.
The Norcane,
and
and then
that's
this, and then-
insane.
yeah.
I mean, it's humongous.
Well, the fact
but
that
it's
that's a
insane.
tourbillon 5000 Gs, like that's
Yeah.
tourbillon's so delicate.
Yeah.
That is pretty.
But apparently, you can take off the bumper on the outside and wear it without it.
Oh, really?
So
But
make
then
it
it's
smaller.
not as shock resistant.
Yeah, probably
I
not
when
a
they
shock.
showed me the bumper, I thought that was like when you get a hang tag on a watch, like something they accidentally left on.
You're like,
I
oh,
was
yeah,
like, what
take
is this
off.
going
Nope.
on with this thing?
Nope.
Yeah. And they're like, you're putting it on wrong. I'm like, whoa, there's a really specific methodology
Yeah.
to this.
And then obviously the high horology JLC stuff, like that minute repeater.
Yeah, that
That's
was cool.
insane.
Well, let's talk Tudor. 'Cause
Well,
I know
hold on.
Ben's got
Ben
stuff
hasn't.
to say.
Well, Ben hasn't. Oh yeah. How did I miss Tudor?
Yeah.
That's gonna be Ben's favorites, right?
I thought they were good. Yeah. It's funny. Like I was trying to get hands on with them today because like I did like a video. Like these are the
Yeah.
releases, but like I didn't fully like really look at them. You
Yeah.
know, it's like I just want to show you. So,
If you go tomorrow, will you let me know?
yeah, I'm doing the Tudor fun fact, the Tudor manufacturer tour tomorrow.
Oh, you are. Oh, cool.
And I'm
So you'll
coming.
probably see
I'm
them.
gonna be back here at 2.
Okay.
So I'm leaving at like 7. I don't know how that's gonna happen.
Have fun.
But I'll be back here at 2, and then I'm gonna try get Cole to let me.
Okay.
get,
So first of all, what are your favorites, and then
what
we'll
are my
go-
favorites? I thought the first watch I saw the entire show was the Parmigiani Fleury Tanda
Oh, yeah.
slate green and skeleton. And I'm
The
still
skeleton.
obsessed with it, and I've
Yeah,
told both of
it's
you
really nice.
at opposite times, and it's so good. Like
I sometimes have a
blown
hard time.
away.
I love that watch. Don't get me wrong. I sometimes have a hard time giving like a new kind of treatment to a watch that already exists, like the best in show.
No, it's not the best in show. It was like for me, if I was like,
Buying.
you had
any-
$100 grand, what would
yeah,
you buy?
No, it's so nice.
I also liked. I'm trying to run through the brands. Like it's just like I saw so many watches.
Yeah, it's so hard to like distill it all
the
down.
Hublot turquoise ceramic was so cool. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, I
The
was.
Hublot, did you see that $1 million like case?
I put it on my wrist. I put it on my Instagram story. It's like, you're gonna throw those out? I'm like, no, but it was cool. Turquoise was really cool. I can't even think. Tudor was good. Like the
Okay.
Opaline dial, Black Bay Pro was great.
And the I thought the Burgundy
Burgundy was awesome.
50 is it 58? 58,
yeah.
right? Black Bay 58.
fact-
I love that.
The Black Bay 68 is my watch. That's like the 68 where it's modeled after is the one that I own. That I Tudor
Oh,
sub.
really? Yeah, they said a Tudor sub.
Yeah.
Cool,
Which was
cool.
first released in 68 is the year, right?
It's,
Yeah.
it's
That's
when
right.
the
Well-
first time Tudor put the snowflake
Oh,
hands.
Snowflake.
Yeah,
hands.
but it also
yeah.
wasn't first released in 68.
Oh.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Am I breaking this to you?
Tell us.
Yeah, tell us.
All right, so
You're
this
the
is, it's just
Tudor
it's funny.
resident.
So technically, it was the inception, the thought of making it was in 68, but it was made in 69.
Oh.
I don't know why they get so technical with that. It's like I thought of the idea. You could claim you thought
But
of
you
it.
can't
any
call
time.
it that, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
I actually
Why can't they
thought
call
of
it
it before I
69?
was
They didn't.
born
They
in
didn't have that
64,
joke back
so.
then, did they?
yeah, but now you can't call it that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
released now. But yeah, that was cool. But even the Pelagos Ultra, I didn't realize
How deep does that go? What's
1,000 meters. But the cool thing was the clasp on the back is loomed.
Yeah.
There's a part that
On the
was
bracelet.
loomed on the
Oh, I
bracelet.
totally-
Did you go see Tudor?
Yeah, I did. I got
Oh,
to film
nice.
with them. I
How-
just haven't made any content out of it because
How
I've
did
been
you?
so busy.
How'd you get in? You just like were like, can I come in?
I know Adam Bossy. He's the USA president of Tudor.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah.
He's a nice guy, and I know Cole as well. So I just like messaged them, and I was like, "Hey, I'm in town. Like, can I just like come film?" And then they just got me an appointment like the first day I was
Yeah.
in town.
Oh, that's great.
It was more impromptu because I didn't like reserve a room, but they accommodated me, and they were super nice. And you know, the Tudor team's great too.
I want to
great.
mention another watch that I really like.
Yeah.
The
Do it.
Grand Seiko
Yes.
Ultra UF.
I saw it
UFA.
today. I saw it
It's-
today.
First of all, okay, we know that Derek is a big Grand Seiko person, and he showed us that micro adjust from.
Steel Reef Swiftlink.
So now Grand
Yeah.
Seiko has. This is what everyone's talking about. Now Grand Seiko has a micro adjust. It's only on one watch.
Yeah.
I thought it worked very well.
It worked really well.
It's my first time trying it.
But I think the bigger news of that watch isn't even the micro adjust, even though that's what people are talking about it. It's that this spring drive movement has plus or minus 20 seconds accuracy over the course of a year,
Yeah.
which is absolutely insane.
That is like the part that everyone kind of glosses over. And I think it's not because it's incredible, but it's because people are so used to hearing that Grand Seiko accuracy is so on point.
Yeah.
So it's like they refined it even more. It's like we can't even fathom the
Comprehend
idea.
it.
That's why the micro adjustment is way more impressive, because that's something we've been asking for.
What is
Right.
cost plus 3 minus 5 or something like that?
It's -4 plus 6.
yeah.
day.
So
And this
like
is-
a day.
Yes,
So
this
this
is
is over
way-
a course of a year. That's
Well, the other thing I was talking to them about is I think the fact that the Land-Dweller had that new movement,
The
Yeah.
Dynapulse.
that's what it's
Yeah.
called. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of not overshadowed, but like everybody was fixated because it's Rolex.
yeah.
And they missed the fact that this new movement is like groundbreaking.
Yeah.
A lot of big movement innovations this show,
Yeah.
I would say. But again, like design and like how the watch wears is always going to be like the first thing people notice.
Yeah.
The reference you were talking about, the SLGB003 for Grand Seiko, incredible. Also 37 millimeters and
Yeah.
titanium.
Yeah.
Only thing is the clasp is only on that one model, and
Yeah.
you're not able to order it
Yeah.
for other models yet,
Yeah.
because it's not a bracelet that's compatible with other
Yeah.
current models. But Joe Kirk, I did a little interview with him. He did mention that, Grand Seiko wouldn't invest all this time and money into developing this, should just use it on that one watch. So it should roll out in the future. But right now it's not backwards compatible, which is a
Yeah.
huge question everyone's asking
Yeah.
about for Grand Seiko.
Yeah, he's told me that the same thing when I saw
Yeah.
I asked them if the goal was like rolling it out to everything, and they said that's the goal, but you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You
Limited
can't
by
say it.
production,
Yeah,
too, you know?
yeah.
It's like not
hard
that
to
easy
make
to
it.
make. Yeah.
We said it's like also they had the engineer in a way, so if you had to service it, it's easier to service. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's the Grand Seiko way.
Yeah, I kind of want one. To
Yeah,
be
me
honest.
too.
Yeah. What
There's another
Yeah.
one, because you mentioned stone dials earlier, but the Zenith GFJ
it's
watch
yeah,
is
dude.
so
Phenomenal.
nice.
did you
Yeah.
get it on the bracelet? Did you see
see
it?
I
it on
saw
the
both,
bracelet,
yeah,
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
bracelet, on full platinum
Badass.
bracelet. It feels amazing. It feels
But on
like
a $48,000 to $96,000 jump, it's
Yeah.
a big.
Yeah.
I mean-
a big jump for a bracelet.
what I like about that watch is the fact that it feels like Zenith is an independent watchmaking brand, because that movement
Yeah.
is from Kari Voutilainen,
Yeah.
and they've reimagined it because they did that
Yeah.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
So they use a Voutilainen movement for this anniversary piece, and then they put lapis lazuli, mother of pearl,
Yeah.
but it looks so nice on the
engravings
wrist.
on the movement on
engravings
the back
are
is so good. on the
crazy.
wrist.
Yeah.
So I did the Zenith manufacturer tour. So I saw like the beginning of the like picture, and they showed me how they made it to the end. It's so cool.
Yeah.
That's
And they make all
amazing.
their own parts in house, and they're really putting it together where it's not necessarily true of every brand.
yeah.
I thought, yeah, that was one of the highlights. For
I
sure.
think one of the things that we need to talk about, it's not about Watches and Wonders but it's something that broke during Watches and Wonders, and I think it's important to talk about, is this new tariff. So Trump announced 31% tariffs on Swiss imports into the United States. And Derek was helping me film an interview with Kevin O'Leary earlier, and I asked him the same question, like, how do we think this is going to affect the industry? Obviously, the industry has had a couple down years since the kind of high of during COVID. Kevin seemed to think that it was more of like a negotiating tactic, and that the Swiss would cave and drop the reciprocal tariffs, and that hopefully this would be solved in pretty short orders. But I just wanted to get like what your thoughts are. Is it bad news
I
for the?
agree with him. I don't. No politics aside,
Yeah.
like I think that probably will happen, because there's no like I woke up today, the market's down like mad. Like there's
Yeah.
no way Trump would just or the president would let that happen.
Yeah.
At least I hope. 'Cause we're all
Yeah, I mean,
screwed. Yeah.
it's so radical, the announcement of like a 31% tariff, and then think about like
I mean,
putting
Japan,
in my
too.
shoes, like
Yeah.
as a
Oh, yeah.
retailer, it's like, what the hell? Like, who's
Yeah.
gonna buy watches? People are gonna go overseas, like when they normally do, to travel to buy watches. But that's why I kind of agree with Kevin too, that I think it's more of a negotiating tactic, because I've been following the news, and like we said, politics aside, I've seen Trump doing that same thing for Canada and Mexico, and now it's with China too. Now it's impacting other countries, but Swiss in particular is really important for our industry because that's this entire fair. That's everyone here that's impacted by
our jobs,
and the USA has become one of the largest watch markets for
is
many
the
brands.
Largest, I think, for most brands.
It used to be China and now it's USA.
Yeah.
So like there's no way that the Swiss industry and the country would also allow their biggest like exporting company to like a country to be just overtaken by this, because this would destroy a lot of this would hurt a lot of everyone here, all the jobs, everything.
Including, I didn't even realize, I asked Joe, I was like, what's the Japanese tariff? Because I didn't even think, I was like, wait, this is so different. And he said it was 24 or something like that.
It's
so it's still like, that would
Still.
impact it like crazy.
Yeah.
So I am, I want to be optimistic just because I want the industry to survive and I want, this to not impact our day to day. Hopefully it does bring better business to everyone. But yeah, that was pretty jarring. Like my family was texting me. Everyone I knew was texting me like, "You better be careful. No more buying watches, Derek. No more buying. Don't buy any watches at the show now. You're not allowed to collect anything this year." And I'm like, "Damn it."
Well, you just
Now
got
it's
your
personal.
big piece, right?
Yeah, I got it before. So,
You're safe.
but still, I'm just like,
Now I want to buy more pieces.
Well, what about that new pink gold reverso?
Exactly.
It's so good.
So
Yeah.
let's get into. I mean, I think we're coming up on a little bit of time here, so maybe we should get takeaways from the fair. Ben, as the resident newcomer,
My first time. These are my first takeaways. First thing I noticed when I walked in, it feels a little bit, I've said this to multiple people, it feels like the Hunger Games. But like it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, it feels like I'm in District 1 in the Hunger Games. And it's like, you might agree with me on this. And like, you're like, I don't belong. It's crazy. And like all the people who work here are dressed up in these like robe things. I'm like, what's going on?
wait till
I told you guys to wear a suit.
Oh, Dubai watches.
I told you guys to wear a suit.
Oh yeah, I didn't even wear a suit.
That's just like part of the, like, you feel more like when you, it's like suit confidence.
I dress down the further along it gets in the week.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I started with a jacket and sweater. Now I'm wearing this. Tomorrow I'll wear a sweatshirt or something. Like,
Actually, I want to be dressed like you guys. I want to be comfy.
Yeah.
So what else?
That was a big takeaway. Another big takeaway was just the sheer amount of people in the watch industry.
Yeah.
We're so insulated to like New York City and those collectors that like 95% of people I've never seen in my life, probably 99% of people I've ever seen in my life. And it's just so many people.
I have like a
crazy.
similar but opposite takeaway from that. Like, yeah, like most of the people, like if I look around, I probably
You wouldn't recognize a single person.
really recognize maybe one or two people. But at the same time, like anywhere you are, like you still see someone you know. So it's
That's
like a
true.
small world within like a big world. There's still always someone you know, and the watch industry is still like pretty tight knit compared to other industries. So yeah, well, there are a ton of people you don't know, because there's also a ton of retailers that you may not know from all around the world. And then there's people from like industry adjacent, like do news people that may not like solely cover watches that you may not know.
That's true.
So I think this event captures a lot more than just the kind of really little piece of the watch industry we know.
Yeah. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah, I also agree with that. I'm glad that you guys got to come to Watches and Wonders, because I want to say that I also noticed, after coming since 2016 to different shows like this, that there are a lot more people, and I see a lot more creators, like people like Ben, who started off creating content about watches because they're passionate about it, and then getting to come to the show and like experience and be part of the industry in this way. And I want to ask Ben, like, haven't you had a bunch of people run up to you and be like, Ben's watches, like,
It's
let me get
happened
a photo with you?
It's happened a bunch.
No, it's happened a ton of times. Every time I'm with you, someone comes up to you.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
But
That's cool.
I'm sure you get that too. But I just get people being like, "Hey, Craig," and I'm like, "Hey."
I don't know who you are.
I'm like, do I know you? I just like. Andrew McCutcheon actually gave me the best way. He's like, you just need to match their energy and don't like question like how you know them. So that's what I've been trying to do. Maybe not as successfully as him at this point, because I'm still kind of a newbie to doing it, but been trying.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's very
Surreal.
Humbling. Humbling. I was gonna say humbling is probably the better term. Like, it's just cool. Like when you're even like in New York City when it happens, it's cool. But like when you're at a show like this and there's all these people who've been doing this for like 20 years and they're like, oh, I watch or I see your, it's just cool.
So crazy,
it's like
right?
the impact that you have, you don't even realize what we're doing here. Like,
when you have like CEOs of watch brands being like, I watched the podcast or something like that.
Oh yeah,
that like blows my mind.
Like Matthew from Ulysse Nardin came in here right before you guys got here, and I was talking to him, and he's like, "What do you think? Like I'm so glad you're here. Like it's just cool. Like the fact that they care, like it's crazy."
Yeah.
You asked me 3 years ago, I would have laughed in your face.
Earlier, like my sisters came with me to the show. They left.
I saw
today.
you did a video with them at Cartier.
Yeah. I did a video with them, but they were like jokingly like we were at a meeting with some brand I forgot, and then they were like, "What do you think of Watches and Wonders?" And then my sister's like, I think this is Derek's favorite time of the year, more than Christmas or something like that. And I was like, I never heard someone say that about me. And of course, like coming from my sister, but I was like, she might be right. Like this is like one of my favorite times of the year.
The watch
I can like run on 0 sleep and I can just be blabbering about watches for a week straight. And
it's awesome.
It feels amazing.
Some people are very tired. I don't know if you've noticed. You're talking to them, you're like, you're just not fully here.
Yeah.
And I'm like locked in. I'm like ready to rock.
I'm locked in.
Maybe it's all these.
I had food poisoning, so I was not locked in earlier in the
You're
week.
fine now.
But I'm good now. Now.
Did your wife get it or no?
Yeah.
She got it too?
No.
Oh, yeah. I was curious if she got it too.
No, she didn't.
That's good.
But anyways, let's do a final cheers.
Let's do a final cheers.
Oh, Ben's got nothing.
Ben's done.
Let's get Angus.
Angus too. We're giving to Angus.
Shout out Angus.
Shout out to Angus.
And just a thank you to our listeners and the viewers of our podcast.
And Ulysse Nardin.
And Ulysse Nardin, but specifically our viewers and listeners because, you guys listening to us makes us really excited to put this podcast on. And sorry if it was a little chaotic, but that's just because we're so excited to be here and like it's hard for us to kind of organize our thoughts.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's been going on.
We'll do a double recap for sure.
We'll recap again when we're back in New York, when we kind of can digest it again, and then we can go over some other options.
We had this grand plan of having this super organized podcast, and then you forget how chaotic
we're just
this is.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
cheers.
Cheers.
I accidentally drank before.
Oh, yeah.
We finished the cheers, but
cool. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Awesome. Thanks, guys.